Well, hi guys, that's Stephen here from Sycamore Emporium. Hope you're all keeping well. It's a frosty one today, 1.5 on their car temperature gauge, so absolutely taters. But yeah, just pops to the lock up. Need to get a few items that are sold sort of last week, I suppose, when they come up to again by the time this video get uploaded. But yeah, just take a look at what sold this week. A lot of old stock been concentrated on for the last couple of weeks. Or beginning of December now. I suppose we're now middle of January. How did we get there so quick? But yeah, this is just focusing on a lot of the old stock that I've had kicking around. A lot of you will know the feeling that you just go out and I seem too good to miss up or pass up a particular item, so you just buy some more. But yeah, coming up to Christmas, saving a few pennies, it just made sense just to get rid of some of the old stock that's kicking around, rather than just continually adding more and more items to the stuff that needs sorted out and listing. So that's what I've done. Main focus, a couple of weeks into December, was a lot of listing, a lot of the old stock, and thankfully it paid off. I think I've done my first video of 2024, which should be a link up here. So that's the first week. Now coming into the second week of January, where some of these sales are still kind of coming through. Some of these old stock listings have now sold, which is good. So yeah, should be able to clear some room, a bit more room for the spring and summer. Just flip you around. Sold another 2 batches of these 10 books here, like these antique style books. These ones particularly are mathematical, so I'm now starting to scrimp the barrel a bit with my sort of antique book stock. But yeah, these ones need a bit more research, potentially a few good ones in there. But yeah, top 2 batches of 10 of those. Got a couple of oddballers, just like single books in here, which we'll pick out and have a look at more when we get back home. That one in particular. But yeah, like I say, I was just trying to create a bit more space and organisation for when we get to sort of springtime and late spring, early summer, for when things really do kick off. Up here I sold some glasses, some pint glasses. I think I sold another batch of these books here. These have done quite well. Had loads of these like encyclopedias, like 8 volumes, 10 volumes of say Arthur Me encyclopedias, something like that, for example. But yeah, actually sold quite a few of those. Had tons of them kicking around, so about 5 boxes of these are gone in the last couple of weeks, which is nice. Not huge money. All on eBay, but at least it's clearing the space, recycling things, which is what we're all about. A bit of a mixed batch of items we got today to pick from, but yeah, nevertheless some reasonably decent sales. So we'll get back to base in the warm and have a look what these sold for. See you in a bit. Again, there's been a bit of a mixed bag of items. We sold another 10 more of these vintage books for $29.94. So 10 of these old vintage sort of hardback books with nice sort of writing and what have you on. A lot of people like these for decor. Talk about a lot of these in my previous videos. But yeah, one way of getting rid of them, because unfortunately some of these are worth 50p, £1 each, maybe at the most. We nitpick the good ones, obviously sell them individually. Any others make it to our bundle pile. So sold 10 more of these for $29.94. They're always a good seller, those, so glad to get them in the bag. Next up, Hitler Was My Mother-in-Law by Les Dawson. Some of you young uns might not know Les Dawson, but he done Blankety Blank, I think, and was a stand-up comedian. Well worth watching some of his older stuff. He's quite a funny guy, bit of a legend. But yeah, had this book for quite some time, which is now finally sold for $7.99, including postage. Not a massive sale, but there we go, worth holding out for. Next up we have Modern Cyclopedia, 1907. So this is a full set, volumes 1 to 8, A to Z, by the Gresham Publishing Company. Again, we got hold of a load of these sort of books, encyclopedias, sort of 8 volume sets, 10 volume sets, 12 volume sets. So had quite a lot of them. Again, I mentioned in a previous video that are just quite heavy books, quite hard work, cumbersome, you know, to sort of move around, but nevertheless needed to shift them. So these another item that went on just before Christmas, just to try and make some good shelving space. So this book set sold for $31.86 in total. Bit of an odd amount, but $31.86 we got for that in total, for that little sale. So they'll probably go by DPD. Tend to do all my big packages, or quite hefty packages through DPD, which current moment in time is about £5.60, £5.90 for those, yeah, for shipping those items. Next up we have 25 vintage Pelican blue and white stripe or blue spine 1940s to 1970s books. These don't sell as well as the orange kind of penguin sort of spine books that you get. They just flew off the shelves. These blue and white versions, Pelican, not so much maybe sought after, but nevertheless we've now sold 25 of those for $17.99, including the postage. Again, we had a couple of hundred of those quite easily. Sold 50 last week, 25, so that's 75 of them in total, and another 25 has gone now. So yeah, half of them have gone, at least half of them have gone. The books, or the books that we're talking about, kind of like these. I've got a few more over there, you can't possibly pick them all up, but 25 in the bundle of these blue vintage Pelican books. Next up we have three CDs that have gone to the same person actually, so these are all a repeat buyer. Again, these came from a shed clearance we've done, 1990s, Y2K sort of hip hop albums in there. First one we sold was Trey, Restless, Trey, Beginning, and then Cool G, the Giancana story. So Cool G Rap, sorry, Giancana story. So this went for $10.95, that $9.99, and then this one $7.94. So 21, about £29 ish for those three. So it's nice they're all going to go into the same person, so it'll be just one shipping for that. So you should see a nice little bit for those CDs going in a bundle. Next we have railway and airway letter stamps of the British Isles. Book, hardback book. Had this one for quite some time. Thought rail stuff would probably sell quite quickly, but we're sat on this one for probably about 9 months. It's finally gone for $7.99. Next up we have Mushy Monsters Katsumi plush, about 30 centimeters tall. I think he's still in the workshop actually. I thought it was at home, so I didn't really look too hard for it. Done it on a offer this morning, $5.99. Just sick of seeing the plushes sat there in the listing, so put up $5.99, £2.80ish or something like that, I reckon, to send that through every. Haven't got to worry about every break in a soft toy. So $5.99 in total for that. Next up, The Capillion of Malta by Nicholas Montserrat, 1973 hardback. This has gone for $7.99, including postage again. and sat on this book for again a few months, and this one's finally sold. Next we have some vintage 1970s Denby Potter's wheel, which are 10-inch plates, 26cm plates, ×4. We have sold a few crockery items and plates, decorative plates, not necessarily my niche. Obviously with house clearance you can't be picky and choosy what you get. I think when we come across these at our customers clearance, obviously I know Denby's a pretty popular name, some worth more than others, but they've just sat in our crockery cupboard for months and months and months on end. Just had no enthusiasm of listing them. Again, done it before Christmas just to try and have that clear out of old stock, just getting that motivation to do it. But finally they've sold for $29.94 including the postage, which is around $4.95 I believe for postage I charged on that, for these Denby Potter's wheels plates. So we've got 4 of those in total out the door, just under 30 quid. Next up we have another book. It's a veterinary, materia, medica and therapeutics book. That's a mouthful. 4th edition, 1930. I've sat on this book for quite some time now and didn't think it was ever going to shift, but yeah, finally sat on the shelf. So a bit of a long baller. I think it was up for $19.99 plus $4.95 postage. I let this one go on a special offer. Someone said it's an offer 15 quid plus a £4.95 postage. So $19.95 in total for this book, the veterinary book. So yeah, again, I thought it would probably sell a bit quicker than that, being quite a nichey book. But there we go, we're not always right. Next up we have 9 Times Chambers Journal of Popular Literature, Science and Arts. They are hardback books, 1887 to 1895. They've gone for $27.09 after fees. It looked like there's some sales tax or something taken off that as well. I think that's a GSP sale, so they're going to the United States, those books. And this particular customer has actually raised quite a lot of interest on a few of the items we've got for sale on the eBay store at the moment. So hopefully get these ones turned, customer will be happy and he'll be back as a repeat buyer. Next up, previous video again, I did bang on about some Mrs. Beeton cooking books, which sell really well, especially the older antique vintage books. This particular one's a modern print, 1987 book, but this is Mrs. Beeton's book of household management, 1st edition, 1987. This book's gone for $17.99 including the postage. Quite a chunky one, but I'm hoping we'll sell around about a tenner from that after the fees. But $17.99 in total. That one's gone. Next up, I've got another lot of those 10 vintage books again. Won't bother getting you again. I've got 2 separate bundles there, 10 different customers, $29.94 again, including the postage. Next up, Emma Bridgewater Scattered Tiny Rose Vase. This is like a 2017 kind of collector's club edition. I don't know whether you can see on the bottom there, but yeah, this is a reasonably sized jug. I think it's a 1.5 pint jug this is classed as. Again, these are just sat in the crockery cupboard. Knew I should have listed them months and months ago. Finally got around to it in December, thinking they might do well as a Christmas gift. But yeah, took a couple of weeks to sell it. Had my prices quite high on these, I believe. I think Emma Bridgewater was doing good maybe last year. Just don't know. Let me know in the comments if you're still having any real good luck. But just this, yeah, I had to reduce the price to get this to shift. But finally gone, $24.99, including the postage on that one. Too cheap? Let me know. But finally gone. Money in the cupboard, or money in the pocket, something out of the cupboard. So pleased with that. That's gone. Next up we have Heineken pint glasses. I bought 3 boxes of these, so like 72 pint glasses. Each box of 24 was slightly different. I bought these early summer last year, thinking these will fly off the shelves. Christmas, summertime, beg your pardon. People wanting beers in the back garden, barbecues. These are the ideal. I think I paid 12 quid for all 3 boxes with the fees from Keys Auction. But these have been quite slow burners, to be honest with you, so I won't be going back necessarily to buy these again. But they are trickling away. I think I sold 2 boxes out of the 3. These are the last ones that I listed, so the other ones did have a bit of a head start. But these are now gone for $5.98, and then there's 2 lots of postage that have gone on top of these, because it's postage that's really the killer, the profit. But £13.38 we got, and there was actually 2 lots of 2, so I sold 2 pairs. But typical me, I only got 2 out of the garage. So I need to grab another couple more, package these up, get them sent. But $13.38 in total for 4. Going to cost me around about 4 quid postage. Minus fees, I'm going to say 6, 7 quid, maybe about 7 quid, 8 quid. So it's probably about £1.50, £2 per glass that I've made on these. So not a huge value and quite breakable. And last but not least, as I was setting up the camera, I had another coaching come through on the phone. So I haven't got this book here, but another Mrs. Beaton's all about cooking, cookery book from 1920s, illustrated hardback, recipes with colour pictures and what have you in there. This is probably one of the lower end books out of the Mrs. Beaton's, even though it's old. It's only gone for $9.99 plus a little bit of postage. eBay sales tax again, so it's a GSP. It's £11.01 that we've got from this particular book. So yeah, we'll get these items now all wrapped up, posted off to people, and see what the following week brings for us, I suppose. So yeah, it's been a good week. Good couple of weeks for getting rid of, like I say, just old stock that sat around. I'm not going to buy no more for another week or 2. We'll just keep this little process and momentum going of listing old stock, getting that money in, just hopefully give auctions and what have you a bit more time to pick up. They've been quiet obviously since Christmas, but hopefully in the next sort of week or 2 we should start seeing some, you know, good items start coming into auctions, and possibly a few things on Facebook we can pick up. But yeah, that's for future. Let's stick to the game plan now. List old stock, sell old stock, and then we think about maybe buying some new stock in sort of around about the end of January. But yeah, hope you liked the video, hope you got some value from it. If you did, please click the old like button below, maybe even subscribe. Really appreciate those that have subscribed already. And of course, again, if you've got any comments or things you want to ask, just enter down below. I do read the comments and do get back to people on there as well. Try and help you out. That's what it's all about, isn't it? But now, cheers again. Thanks for watching. I've been Stephen at Sycamore Emporium. Yeah, hit that like button and subscribe. And anything you want to ask, just comment below. All right, take care. See you next time.